Hey guys, welcome back to our happiness email series where we're covering the essential steps that you need to take in order to find true and lasting happiness in life. And the reason that I think this is so important is because, when we're happy, we're our best selves and we're living our best life. And I feel like there's kind of a flawed perception about happiness out there, and people are trying to find happiness in all sorts of ways that aren't actually sustainable and don't actually work, and they don't actually lead to true and deep happiness. They lead to temporary and fleeting happiness. And what I want to help you with is to find true and lasting happiness so that you could be happy forever. Now, just to clarify, happiness isn't necessarily being like in a giddy mood all the time, or always being positive, or always just being your best self, right? Like, happiness to me isn't that. It means you have bad days, you get stressed, you have anxiety sometimes, you get angry sometimes, so you're not perfect. Those are emotions, and yes, you go through emotions. But underneath all of that, there's this like underlying sense of contentment and peace and fulfillment and joy and trust and knowing that everything's going to be okay and that things are going to work out, and that that things are going to pass, and that life overall is really good, and you are overall really happy. It's just right now you're going through a tough time, and like right now you have this certain emotion that you're feeling. So that's how I view happiness. So it's not just like, you're just dancing all the time. No, I mean, that's unrealistic. We're human and we go through human emotions. But underneath it all, there's this sense of peace and joy. And that to me is true and lasting happiness. So these are the steps that I'm sharing with you. Thus far, we've gone through 4 steps to happiness, right? So the first step was to change your paradigm. So the first step is basically just kind of looking at happiness from a whole different perspective. What is happiness? How do you find happiness? How do you not find happiness? The second step is to find some sort of passion in your life. So we all have many passions. We all like to do so many things. We all have so many interests, and to incorporate more of those things into your everyday life. It's so important, because when you neglect the things that you love to do, your life becomes dull and it becomes unfulfilling. Like, what's the point of life if you're not doing things that you love to do, that when you're in your element and when you're thriving and when you're around people that you love and you're doing things that truly bring you joy? What's the point of life if you're not doing those things, if you're just doing things that constantly stress you out and drain you? Step 3 is to find more meaning in your life. So to find a sense of purpose. So could be your life purpose, but also could be purpose on a more general level, like just having a why behind everything you do. Just having a strong why. Ask yourself every morning, why do I do what I do? Or everything that you do, why do I do this? What does it mean to me? And will it add value to my life? Because the more that you do things that bring you value and that aren't just like meaningless and mindless, the more happy you're going to be, because the more fulfilled you're going to be. The more it's going to bring you a sense of purpose, and it's going to contribute to the world as well. So the 4th step to happiness is self-love and self-care. So this is basically just loving yourself on all levels, mind, body, soul. And when you love yourself instead of hating yourself, so imagine a person that loves somebody, or you loving somebody. How do you treat that person? How do you treat your child or your pet, something that you love so much? This is basically the relationship that you need to have with yourself, is to love yourself. And because when you love yourself, you're naturally going to be attracted to doing things that make you happy, that serve you, that are healthy for you, that are good for you, that are going to make you come to life, right? So self-love and self-care is super important for happiness. So the 5th step in our happiness series, which is what we're going to talk about today, is basically to find yourself, to get to know yourself on a deeper level and find who it is you are, find your truth. So to get in touch with your truth. And what I mean by that is, on a deeper level, is to get in touch with what you truly believe in, what you stand for, what your values are, and who you are on a deeper level. So beyond the physical, who are you? And also to get to know yourself as far as your personality, so, and your interests and your passions and what you like to do, and just who you are more like as a person. And then it means to become more self-aware and to become aware of your tendencies and your habits, and basically just in any way possible to get to know yourself better and deeper. The reason that this step is so essential in attaining happiness is because when you know yourself, then nothing can stop you from going after what you truly want and believe in. No one can get in your way, and no one can get you down, because if they do try to criticize you or get you down or tell you that you're XYZ or that what you're doing is, you know, whatever negative things they want to say, you're not going to let that get to you, because you are confident in yourself. You know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it, and you believe in it, right? So knowing yourself, you know, when you're confused and lost in life, then you have so many chances to get affected by life, by outside life. You have so many chances to let external things affect you and affect your mood, because you're lost, you're confused, you don't even know what you want, you don't know who you are. So you don't have a strong foundation of yourself. And so when you get to know yourself and you become comfortable with who you are, so you get to know your good sides, your bad sides, you know, your dark sides, like all of it. And when you get to know yourself on this level, you become comfortable in who you are, and you become confident in who you are. This doesn't necessarily mean that you're happy about all of your bad qualities. It just means that you are aware of what's going on within yourself, you're aware of what you believe in, you're aware of your truth, you're aware of your personality, you're aware of your temper, you're aware of your addictions, you're aware of your bad habits or good habits, you're aware of everything, okay? And you know yourself. And from this place, you can make the necessary changes to align with a happier you. You can not get drained by your external environment as much, because you're rooted in truth and you know yourself, you know who you are. And it also helps you deal with life situations better, because you understand yourself better, you understand your personality, so you know what sorts of environments that you like to be in, what sorts of people you like to be around, what you like to do. You know yourself on a deeper level, so you know what motivates you, what your true desires are in life, you know what you want out of life, you know what kind of lifestyle will make you happy. Because when you don't know yourself, then you sort of let the world define you. You sort of let other people tell you who you are. But when you know who you are, then you are rooted in that, and you don't let the world dictate your life, and you don't let other people define who you are, because you know who you are. So what I want you to focus on this week specifically, because there's always an exercise that I give you, is pick one thing, one sort of like exercise, I guess. Pick one sort of exercise that's going to help to get to know yourself on a deeper level. So whether it's taking a personality test, like the 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗥 personality test, or there's so many out there. Maybe diving a little bit deeper into some metaphysical subjects such as numerology or astrology. Maybe it's filling out some of my questionnaires, like the 30 questions to become more self-aware, or 25 questions to self-honesty, or my 100 question journal to, you know, take you on a journey of self-discovery. Whatever it is, whatever you choose, pick one thing, pick an exercise that you can do. Or maybe it's going out into the world and actually getting to know yourself. You know, maybe it's not like an actual physical writing exercise or self-reflection exercise, but it's maybe like something more practical that you do out in the real world. Maybe it's talking to a coach or a friend, or maybe it's meditating and just closing your eyes and just sitting with yourself and seeing what's inside, what comes up. So whatever it is, I want you to pick one exercise that you're going to do this week and do it. So if you downloaded my worksheets, any of my worksheets, I want you to actually fill it out. I want you to actually answer them. And yeah, just get in touch with who you are. All right, so that was step number 5. I really hope that you enjoyed that. Next week, we're going to be talking about the last and final step in our happiness series, so I'm really excited to be sharing that with you. Until then, I hope that you have a wonderful week. I hope you implement this step, and I'll see you soon. Bye.